man, it's game week. I'm excited. I really am. I mean, this is just so much fun to have an opportunity to get back on the field and play, and I'm ready to kick it off. I'm cannot wait to see our team play and just kind of see where we are. I think that's where every head coach is at this point. Is it's just game one, and all right, we're gonna. You can only find out so much in practice, and so I'm just excited to see how we handle a game atmosphere, and just play somebody and get some knowledge on where we are and what we got to do to continue to improve. And that's what we want to do. We just want to get better, one day at a time, 1 week at a time, all year long, and give ourselves an opportunity to have a great season. We've had a really good camp. It's been a tough camp, and I think that the team is well prepared for the totality of the season. That's what we try to do through camp is expose them and get them ready to what they're going to see and what we think we need to be able to do from a schematic standpoint all throughout the season. And I thought our guys handled that very well. And we came through it in a good fashion. We're, for the most part, a pretty healthy team, so I'm excited about really having good depth as we kick it off. Furman, just a few things about them. First of all, I really like Clay. Had an opportunity to be around him a little bit over the last couple of years, and just a heck of a football coach, a great man, and very, very good at what he does. And very impressive what they've done at Furman. Just last year, I think they were one of the most improved teams in the country. I think they went like maybe +5 win total up, from the year before. So just really impressive with their season last year. They had a heck of a run into the playoffs and just got better and better as they really, I think, have bought into what Clay's trying to do there. So, impressive. It's one of those games where sometimes I think people say, well, you're playing Furman and this and that, and we don't ever look at it that way. We really don't. We just simply we have a standard, and it doesn't change whether you're playing a 1AA opponent or you're playing in the national championship game. Standard doesn't change. It's the exact same every single week, and that's how you develop consistency in what you're trying to do, and that's worked well for us. So we get ready for the opponent, but we really spend more time about how we play, and again, how we play is based on how we prepare, the effort, the focus, the attention to detail, those type of things, and that's what we focus on week in and week out. And sometimes people say, well, they're playing Furman. It's a game that Clemson should win or whatever. And I'm like, well, you know what? Furman has beaten Clemson 10 times. 10. So it's not like they beat them once. And the skies parted. They're double digits wins against Clemson. I don't know when the last one was, but I know they beat them 10 times, and I'll guarantee you those 10 times Clemson was probably favored and was probably supposed to win the game. So supposed to don't get it done. This is a game of performance, and you better show up every single week. But openers are always tough, and this will be a tough opener for us. When you look at their defense. They got 10 of 11 starters back that are juniors and seniors. All right, they got 9 returning starters, so they're a veteran team, and they got a bunch of guys back with good experience that know what they're doing. And all the D linemen are back, the whole secondary's back, and they added Trapp, who knows a good player, to that mix. One of their all-conference linebackers is back, so it's a really good group. That knows what they're doing, that I think will be improved. And then offensively, to be quite honest with you, man, it is stressful to watch them. It is very stressful. They do a great job schematically, a great job. Shifts and motions and in and out of option offense into traditional spread looks, and so you gotta You got to be able to play base defense, option defense. I mean, they really stress you, and they do an unbelievable job with their play action game. So they can expose you in a heartbeat. They throw the ball last year 20 times a game. That kind of surprised me initially. But they throw it 20 times a game. They average 17 yards a catch. So it's usually a big play, but most of it is built off of their option principles and the play action. There's not a lot of drop back. So it puts a lot of strain on you from a discipline standpoint, and especially the guys on the back end and where their eyes are. And so this will be a challenge. Every opener is tough because you haven't played anybody, and then you line up and you play a team that's going to really challenge you from a assignment standpoint. It's a little stressful getting ready for a bunch like this. I mean, and it's really easy to see why they had the success they had last year. It'd be a big challenge for us. And
the plays all so close together.
Well, I mean, I guess, benefits are you get a lot of practice on cut blocks, and it's not a foreign thing to you. You get more practice time against that. The bad part of it is the other teams get to see you play, because most of the time when you play an option team, they don't really have a lot of tape to study you on, as far as how you might defend certain things. So it's good and bad.
Coach, you said last week that the quarterback competition wasn't as clear cut as it was last year. How close exactly are Kelly and Trevor right now, and could you see this competition going game by game well into the season?
Yeah, and that's I haven't had a chance to talk to y'all yet, but that's exactly where we are. Last year it really wasn't close. It was very different. First of all, Kelly's trying to win the job. Everybody's trying to win the job, and it went. It wasn't close. It's very clear cut, and that's where we were. This year's different in that now you got a proven guy, a guy who started for 14 games for you. He's won a conference championship in his first year as a starter, and people get better. People improve, and that's I don't care where you start, guys improve, and that's what's happened with Kelly. He's had a tremendous year of prep since January, and I've had a front row seat and no idea how it was going to play out. Obviously, you bring a guy in here like Trevor Lawrence, who is really off the charts from a talent standpoint, but you don't ever know until you start coaching a guy, how's that going to translate. Guys can be really, really talented in high school, but sometimes it takes a little longer to translate to this level. There's a lot going on, and but he demonstrated this spring that he's one of those unique guys that he has this unique talent, but he also demonstrated that, man, he was absorbing it very well, and he wasn't overwhelmed, but still made a lot of mistakes. I mean, it's just a lot, and Kelly was the clear winner in spring as far as, okay, well, he's the starter, but it was also pretty obvious that, man, you got a guy right here that is, we think he's going to get better. And that's kind of how we went into camp, and that's what we saw. But I'll tell you, I'm really, really proud of Kelly because, man, you got to have thick skin when you play quarterback, and you got so many people with their opinions and agendas, and they don't watch practice, they don't watch one tape, they don't, even when they do, they don't know what they're watching, they don't know what the people are being asked to do, they don't know who's right and who's wrong, and so. I've just been really proud of him because how he's handled it. It's been really a breath of fresh air because he's just been locked in on himself. He's had an awesome camp, 3 scrimmages. I think he was 23 of 32, 300-something yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and just did a tremendous job. Played with, both groups. Didn't always get first-team reps. Those reps were split all camp, and so, he just came out on top from a grade standpoint, and that's, at some point you gotta go play, and so that's where we are. The flip side of that is Trevor did exactly what we thought he would do, and man, he came back more in control of what was going on, a better knowledge base, and as he should. He'd already been through installation, and really, and physically, I mean, he's a very gifted guy. I mean, he's 6'6", 216 pounds, but just mentally in a really good place. And the game has slowed down for him. He's demonstrated a really good command, and he had a great camp. But Kelly was the most consistent, and that's just where we are. So Kelly's earned the opportunity to go start, because somebody's got to run out there first. He's earned the opportunity to do that, and nobody's giving him anything. He's earned it, but Trevor has earned the opportunity to play and to continue to compete. So that's where we are, and I'm excited about it. And like the best case scenario is they both play well. I mean, and it's really sad that some people, may pull for somebody not to play well, or somebody, they're Clemson Tigers, and we should pull for these guys to play great. That's the way it should be. Go play well. And the best thing is they're really in control of that, and they're both very prepared to do just that. And if they'll just do what they've done in camp, which has been awesome to see. I've never had a camp with this type of quarterback play. All right, and I'm not just talking about Kelly and Trevor. I'm talking about Chase Bryce too. Man, this kid he's right there. And so it's just such a good situation. It's a very healthy situation, and this is where we are. And man, I'm pulling. I want them to, when they run out there, they're Tigers. We're going to play more than one running back. I want them all to play well. We're going to play a lot more than 4 D linemen, and I want them all to play well. We're going to play a lot more than 5 offensive linemen. We got 8, 9, 10 receivers that deserve to play, that'll have opportunities to play. I want them to play well. So that's the quarterback that's just where we are this year. We've got really talented guys that have earned the opportunity to play, and man, we should pull for them to play well. And so it's exciting. You got a guy that's proven, and I cannot say enough about Kelly in this day and age. Just how he's handled himself, his character, his selflessness. He's just locked in on. He pulls for Trevor, and same thing with Trevor. Trevor is one of the most low maintenance dudes you'll ever meet. I know he looks like Hollywood and all that, but he ain't none of that. He's just show up, do your job, yes or no, sir. Loves his teammates, kind of a guy, and Chase is the same way. And so it's just awesome. And they're in control of their performance. When we grade these guys, I'm not worried about if a receiver drops the ball, the left tackle misses a block. We're grading them on their knowledge, on their execution, on their performance. And so that's where we are. And if something changes, well, we'll all see it, because it's not like practice. Y'all get to watch the games. And so everybody will have a front row seat to see it. And so Kelly doesn't have a 12-game contract to be the starter. And Trevor doesn't have a 12-game contract to continue to deserve to play. Don't worry about who starts. When you play well. And that's what I tell everybody at every position. You're not entitled to play. It doesn't work that way. I don't have a lifetime contract. I mean, I got to prove that I should be the head coach. I have to earn that every year. I have to earn that every week. That's just the way it is. And so that's life. But these guys all understand that. They embrace that. And man, let's go to work. It's going to be fun.
You've been waving to Chase Bryce